welcome to our channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. As you know that we will start with the English class today. So today's English class, that is English vocabulary class, where you learn improve your vocabulary here, and this is your class number 8. And as you know that we had covered up 7th class of English vocabulary, and in the 7th class till 7th class we had covered up 424 words, new words that improve your vocabulary, that we had discussed here with their examples, with their meaning, with their synonyms, antonyms, as well as the pronunciation, as well as in the Hindi translation. That's what we had discussed in the class 7, and this is the English vocabulary, where I told you about that you will learn all these new words from this, and you can, even though you can use these words in your communication, in your conversation, so that it could improve your vocabulary as well as English speaking always. And of course today we'll start with the 425 the word here. And before that, if अगर आप हमारे चैनल फर्स्ट टाइम देख रहे हो या अभी तक आपने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, तो प्लीज़ हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो, सो दैट हम जो भी वीडियोस डालें वो आपके पास सबसे पहले पहुंचे। एंड सेकेंडली, अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो प्लीज़ हमारे वीडियो को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करो, सो दैट ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग के पास वीडियो पहुंचे और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग इसका यूटिलाइजेशन भी कर सकें। Now today we'll start with the first word of this session. The word is 425 and the word is thoroughly. Thoroughly is a word that is used as adverb here, and the thoroughly adverb that is used as adverb here, and the thoroughly meaning is in a complete or thorough manner. एक पूरा complete manner में या फिर thorough manner में, जिसे हम कहते हैं हिंदी में अगर हम बोलेंगे thoroughly means is पूर्णतः, बारीकी से, बिल्कुल बारीकी से, completely आप कोई चीज़ कर रहे हैं, thorough manner में कर रहे हैं, then that is known as thoroughly there, and that is used as the word adverb here. Now the synonyms of thoroughly is, thoroughly का synonyms है that is rigorously, exhaustively, then meticulously, scrupulously and painstakingly. These were the 5 synonyms of thoroughly that you can use as synonyms here. And the meaning of thoroughly, as I told you, in a complete or a thorough manner, that is purtatha bariki se. Now talking about the antonyms here, the antonyms of thoroughly is carelessly, haphazardly, casually, imprecisely. These were the antonyms, these were the 4 antonyms of thoroughly here. Now we are using the examples here. So examples of thoroughly here is that you can frame the sentences like this, that you should always read the instructions on medicines thoroughly. तो बेसिकली अगर आप इन हिंदी अगर मैं इसकी बात करती हूँ, तो आपको हमेशा इंस्ट्रक्शंस जो दिए होते हैं मेडिसिन्स पे, वो बहुत ही बारीकी से पढ़ना चाहिए. You should always read the instructions on medicine thoroughly. Okay, this is what the example you can use in the words of thoroughly here. Now the trick to learn this word thoroughly here, that the trick is चोरी होने पे थ्रू द ट्रेन थॉरली चेकिंग होती है. अगर ट्रेन में फॉर एग्जांपल चोरी हो जाती है, तो चोरी होने पर ट्रेन में थॉरली चेकिंग होती है, बहुत ही बारीकी से चेकिंग होती है कि किसने वो चीज़ चोरी की है. तो उस हिसाब से दैट चोरी होने पे थ्रू द ट्रेन थॉरली चेकिंग होती है. तो इस तरह से आप उस वर्ड को थॉरली याद कर सकते हैं. ओके, एंड थॉरली का मतलब होता है पूर्णतः, बारीकी से in Hindi. Now moving on with the next word, that is your 426th word, and the word is here is hound. Hound is a word that is used as verb here, and the hound that is used as verb, the meaning of hound is harass और pursue relentlessly. hound का मतलब होता है harass करना या pursue relentlessly, जिसके हम हिंदी में कहते हैं कष्ट देना या सताना. कष्ट देना, परेशान करना, okay, harass करना या सताना, that is the meaning of hound. We can use the word in the place of harass or pursue relentlessly, the कष्ट देना and सताना. And the synonyms of hound is persecute, harry, pester, bagger, dog, vex. So vex, this was the synonyms. These were the 5-6 synonyms of this word is hound. Now talking about the antonyms here. So antonyms of hound we have is help, saute, add, aid, support. These were the 4 antonyms of hound here, and the examples of hound from where you can use these words to frame sentences in your conversation or in your vocabulary. They were hounded day and night by the press. They were hounded day and night by the press. तो प्रेस के वजह से ये लोग दिन रात परेशान हो रहे हैं, उनको कष्ट हो रहा है, उनको सता रहे हैं. तो that was you can use those in those sentences that you can use the word hounded there. Now trick to learn the word hound is found करना मुश्किल होता है कौन हाउंड में है. तो बेसिकली ऑब्वियस सी बात है, आप फाउंड करना कि कौन आप कष्ट में है, कौन सता रहा है या बहुत ज़्यादा सताना कि तो आप वो फाउंड नहीं कर सकते. तो यू कैन यूज़ दैट वर्ड बाय द ट्रिक. यू कैन यूज़ लर्न दिस वर्ड. फाउंड करना मुश्किल होता है कौन हाउंड में है. सो दिस इज़ द वर्ड दैट यू कैन दिस इज़ द ट्रिक दैट यू कैन लर्न दिस वर्ड. Okay, then thoroughly meaning is बारीकी से, and hound is that कष्ट करना या सताना. Now moving on with the next word that we have here, 427th word. As you can see here, the next word is 427 and the word is militancy. Militancy is a word that is used as noun. So here the militancy is used as noun, and the meaning of militancy is the use of confrontational or violent method. Then we are using the confrontational or a violent method, then you can use the word militancy there. That in Hindi that is लड़ाकूपन या आतंकवाद, उसके लिए आप militancy word use कर सकते हो when someone is intentionally लड़ाई करना, and that for that violent method use करना, then you can use the word militancy there. Now we deal with the synonyms of militancy. The synonyms of militancy is aggressiveness होना, combativeness होना, belligerency होना, and of course pugnaciousness होना. These were the 4 synonyms of militancy that we have here. Is antonyms of militancy that we have to discuss here. The antonyms, these were the 3 antonyms here. The first antonyms of militancy is pacifism, second is passivity, third is non-aggression. These were the 3 antonyms of militancy as used here. Now dealing with the examples of militancy, the examples of militancy is there are signs of growing militancy among workers. So they are the signs of growing militancy among the workers. This is the example of militancy here. Now we deal with the trick that how you learn this word militancy with the meaning. Then हमारी मिलिटेंसी वालों से लड़ते हैं, तो जो आतंकवाद फैलाते हैं तो उनसे हमारी मिलिट्री लड़ती है. तो you can use militancy there. Now moving on with the next one that we have here is 428th word. As you can see here, that is constraint. Constraint is a word that is used as noun, and the meaning of constraint is a limitation or restriction. एक limitation होना, एक restriction होना. This is the meaning of constraint, and in Hindi you can say बाध्यता. So that is the constraint, limitation, restrictions. The synonyms of constraints is here curb, check, curtailment, damper, handicap, restraint. So these were the synonyms of constraint here. Now talking about the antonyms of constraint. The antonyms of constraint we have is freedom, liberty, autonomy, independence. These were the 4 antonyms of constraint that we are dealing with. Now talking about examples of constraint is at last we could relax and talk without constraint. And the trick to learn the word constraint here is कान के ऊपर constant होना चाहिए. कान के ऊपर constant होना चाहिए. That you can use the word constraint and you can learn the word constraint here. That is the meaning, limitation and restriction here. As you can see this, the next word is 429 and the word is greenhorn. Greenhorn is a word that is used as noun here, and the meaning of the greenhorn here is that a person who is new to or inexperienced at particular activity. तो greenhorn हम तब word use करते हैं जो कि noun की तरह use होता है. That means is a person is who is new, जो कि बहुत new है, और किसी unexperienced है जिसका experience नहीं किसी particular activity में, then we can use the word greenhorn there. जिसे हम कहते हैं नौसिखिया, नौसिखिया होना, दैट इज द वर्ड, यू कैन यूज द वर्ड ग्रीन हॉर्न फॉर दैट अभी अगर नॉर्मली अगर आप कोई जॉब नहीं करते हो, फ्रेशर हो, तो अभी यूज द वर्ड फ्रेशर और एक्सपीरियंस, तो फ्रेशर के जगह पे आप न्यू वर्ड अपनी वोकैबुलरी को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए ग्रीन हॉर्न वर्ड यूज कर सकते हो, दैट इज नौसिखिया. The synonyms of greenhorn we have is tyro, tenderfoot, novice, rookie, fledgling, and of course the probationer. The antonyms of greenhorn is veteran, doyen, old hand, past master, and maestro. Now talking about the examples of greenhorn here is he is greenhorn in this field. ये इस field में नया है, green नौसिखिया है. Okay. Trick to learn the greenhorn word is greenery में ये बच्चा greenhorn है. तो greenery में ये बच्चा greenhorn है. It means greenery में ये बच्चा नौसिखिया है. Now moving on to the next one, that is where you have your 430th word, and that is oncoming adjective. Oncoming जो word है, oncoming is a word that is used as adjective here. तो oncoming adjective की तरह use होता है. Meaning of oncoming is moving towards one due to happen soon. Moving towards one, एक चीज के करीब जाना, due to happen soon, that जो चीज जल्दी, जो चीज होने की आशंका होना, जिसे हम कहते हैं निकटस्थ है या आने वाला, तो उसके लिए oncoming we are using the word. This is used as adjective here. The synonyms of oncoming is looming, nearing, onrushing, impending, forthcoming, and imminent. These were the 6 synonyms of oncoming. Now talking about the antonyms of oncoming. Antonyms of oncoming is receding, disappearing, fading, waning, ebbing. These were the antonyms of oncoming. Examples of oncoming is gathering, clouds, and announced the oncoming storm. Now, trick to learn the word oncoming is जो आपकी तरफ ना रहा है वो oncoming है, जो आपकी तरफ आ रहा है वो oncoming है. तो of course this is the word that you can use the word while this method, while this trick. Now moving on with the next word that we have here is the 431st word that we have. Here you can see that the 431st word, that is unwieldy. Unwieldy is a word that is used as adjective here, and unwieldy meaning of this, of a system too large or disorganized to function efficiently. एक कोई system है जो कि बहुत large है, disorganized है, function efficiently, that is dhruva. That is the meaning of unwieldy. The synonyms on unwieldy is cumbersome, ungainly, unmanageable, and complex. These were the synonyms of unwieldy. Antonyms of unwieldy is manageable, convenient, wieldy, practicable. Now the examples of unwieldy that we have to discuss here is he has tried to apply similar method at the unwieldy energy department. He has tried to apply similar methods and unwieldy energy department. These were the example that these were the sentences that you can frame while using these words here. Now the trick to learn this unwieldy meaning, पहले लोग बहुत वाइल्ड द अनवियरली थे. इट मीन्स पहले लोग बहुत वाइल्ड थे, अनवियरली थे, इसका मतलब दुर्वाह थे, डिसऑर्गेनाइज थे. That is the meaning to trick to learn to unwieldy the word with their meaning. Now the next word that we have is 432th word, and the word is induction. Induction is a word that is used as noun here, and the meaning of induction, that is a formal introduction to a new job or a position. Now as before they had asked you about the introduce yourself. Introduction is that instead of introduction, introduce yourself. Now this introduction has been taking place by the induction period. So the induction is there, a formal introduction to a new job or a position. In Hindi, pravartan or adhishtapan. Now the synonyms of induction that we have to deal with: introduction, that is introduction. Introduction की जगह पे place ले लिया है induction ने. Introduction, initiation, orientation, investiture. So that all 4 words that are the synonyms of induction here. Now dealing with the antonyms of induction is expulsion, eviction, discharge, ejection. These were the four antonyms of induction here. Now the example of induction is his induction as a teacher was a turning point in his life. Basically his induction as टीचर की तरह जब उसने इंट्रोड्यूस किया न्यू जॉब अप्लाई किया तो वो उसका टर्निंग पॉइंट था लाइफ में. And the trick to learn the word introduction करवाते हैं इंडक्शन में. तो इंडक्शन एक पीरियड है जिसमें इंट्रोडक्शन करवाते हैं. सो यू कैन यूज द वर्ड हियर, इंट्रोडक्शन करवाते हैं इंडक्शन में. सो ऑल ऑफ दैट आई हैड टोल्ड you that we had to start 432th word of this, and of course that I told you before also that all the words were important and are new and to enhance your vocabulary, of course. So you can also write all these words with their meaning, with their synonyms as well as antonyms, examples and tricks, so that you can improve and even though you can learn all these words and you can improve your English vocabulary, and you can use these words and to enhance your vocabulary, and you use these words in the conversation as well as of course in your communication, that can improve your English here. Now moving on with the next word that we have is 433. Next word is 433 word, and the word is opacity. Opacity is a word that is used as noun, and the meaning of opacity we have here, the quality of being obscure in meaning. So basically opacity is used as noun, and the meaning of opacity, the quality of being obscure in meaning, that is aspashta. The synonyms of opacity is obscurity, enigma, obtuseness, vagueness. These were the words that is the synonyms of opacity here. Now the talking about the antonyms of opacity. Antonyms of opacity is clarity, lucidity, intelligibility, and perspicuity. These were the antonyms of opacity. Now talking about the examples of opacity is the difficulty and the opacity in Barthes' message annoyed his friend. So these were the words that you can use these words. अस्पष्टता जिसे कहते हैं, तो आप वहाँ पे आप use कर सकते हो opacity word. Now moving on to the trick that to learn this word, opaque, opacity एक ही बात है. Opaque होना, opacity होना, that is the same thing. तो एक ही बात है, उस तरह से आप trick में इसको याद कर सकते हो. Now talking about the 434th word, that is belligerent. Belligerent is a word that is used as verb here, and the meaning of belligerent is put in a very different situation, जिससे कहते हैं belligerent होना. तो belligerent का मतलब होता है belligerent verb that is used as verb, and the meaning of belligerent is put in a very different situation. एक different situation में put करना, जिसे हम कहते हैं सताना या परेशान करना. आप सता रहे हो किसी को या परेशान कर रहे हो, एक different situation में, difficult situation में डाल रहे हो, that is you are doing the belligerent and you are belligerent those people. The synonyms of belligerent is harass, pester, plague, hound, vex, bad girl. Antonyms of belligerent that we have is delight, please, charm, thrill. And the examples of belligerent, there you can use these words. She belligered him with a pleas for forgiveness. तो उसने सताया, उसको परेशान किया कि वो प्लीज करे forgiveness के लिए. ट्रिक याद कर सकते हैं अब belligerent वर्ड को याद करने के लिए. लैंग्वेज ने belligerent कर दिया, तो लैंग्वेज ने परेशान कर दिया. इस तरह से आप इसको यूज कर सकते हैं this word, and you can use the new word, and hopefully you will improve your vocabulary, to enhance your vocabulary, and you will be very confident when you are talking new words, when you know the meaning and you are using those words in your conversation, in your communication. Of course you will enhance your English, that's for sure. And therefore you have to write all these words, and you can learn all these words, you can use these words, because you are writing all these words and you can just learning all these words. This is not necessary. You have to speak those words in your conversation, in your introduction, in your communication, then only you can improve your English, that for sure. Now moving on with the next word that we have 435 that we have here. So here, that is the 435th word is veracity. Veracity is a word that is used as noun, and the meaning of veracity is conformity to fact, accuracy. ये तो basically veracity का मतलब क्या होता है? The meaning of veracity is conformity to fact or accuracy. Accuracy होना, that is also the same for the veracity here. In Hindi you can say that सत्यवादिता या सच्चाई, then you can use the word veracity for those. The synonyms of veracity is truthfulness, exactness, fidelity, realism, and genuineness. That these were the synonyms of veracity, where you can use the word satyavadita or sachai. The antonyms of veracity is falsity, mendacity, fabrication, duplicity. These were the antonyms of veracity. Now, talking about the examples of veracity is, I don't doubt the veracity of your report. This is, मैं आपकी सच्चाई पे कोई डाउट नहीं करता, आपने जो रिपोर्ट दी है. The trick to learn this word is, हर सिटी के लोगों में veracity होनी चाहिए. तो हर सिटी के लोगों में veracity होनी चाहिए. It means हर सिटी के लोगों में सच्चाई होनी चाहिए. Now talking about the next word, that is 436th word, and that is succor. Succor is a word that is used as noun, and the meaning of the succor is assistance and support in times of hardship and distress. When you are assisting something, you are supporting someone in the time of hardship and distress, that is sahayata karna. You are helping someone, so helping ke jagah pe you can use the word succor there. The synonyms of succor is aid, assistance, support, relief, that backing, case, ease. So these were the words that is used as the synonyms, that the word we have here is succor. So now, as you can see here, the antonyms of succor is obstruction, hindrance, difficulty, and burden. These were the 4 antonyms of succor here. Now I'm talking about the examples of succor here, that is, the speediest succor might avail to the preservation of his life. This is the example of succor here. Now the trick of succor that you have to understood is, how do you learn these words, that a succor, that social गेम के लिए हमें सको चाहिए. तो ऑब्वियसली बात है, social गेम के लिए हमें सहायता चाहिए, हमें हेल्प चाहिए, तो देन यू कैन यूज द वर्ड सको देयर. ओके, तो अब सहायता, हेल्प के जगह, सपोर्ट के जगह, you can use the word सको there. Now moving on with the next word, that we have your 437th word that you have to learn. This is the word that is your 437th word, and the word is insurmountable. Insurmountable, this is the word that is used as adjective here, and the meaning of insurmountable is too great to be overcome. Too great to be overcome, that is ajay, ati kathin. Synonyms of insurmountable is that we have insuperable, unconquerable, unaccessible, invincible, and impregnable. That these were the words that you are using here. Now the antonyms of insurmountable is surmountable, superable, vulnerable, vincible, and attainable. These were the words of antonyms of insurmountable. Now talking about the examples of insurmountable is, no difficulty is insurmountable if one sets one mind on it. Now the trick to learn the insurmountable the word is, यहाँ mount करना insurmountable जैसा है. Now the word that we have here, 438th word here, and the 438th word that we have is repercussion. Repercussion is a word that is used as noun, and the meaning of repercussion here is an unintended consequence of an event or action, especially an unwelcome one. Basically, unintended consequences of that event or that action, that is especially an unwelcome one, जिसे हम प्रभाव कहते हैं, परिणाम कहते हैं. The synonyms of repercussion is consequences, upshot, aftermath, ramification, corollary. These were the words of synonyms of repercussion. Next, the antonyms of repercussion is cause, root, reason, origin. Now the example of repercussion is, what repercussions will the war have on the economy? This is the word example of repercussion. Now the trick to learn repercussion is, जैसे पुस्तक के प्रकाशन वैसे रिपरकशन, जैसे पुस्तक के प्रकाशन वैसे ही परिणाम मिलेंगे, वैसे ही आपको रिजल्ट मिलेगा. दिस इज द ट्रिक टू लर्न द वर्ड रिपरकशन हियर. Now moving on with the next word that we have here, 439. The next word is your 439 word, that is discernible. Discernible is a word that is used as adjective here. Discernible meaning able to be discerned, perceptible, that is suspasht, pratyaksh. The synonyms of discernible is conspicuous, perceptible, manifest, evident, and distinct. Now the antonyms of discernible is inconspicuous, unobtrusive, Delphian, imperceptible. Now the examples of discernible is the scandal had no discernible effect on his career. Now the trick to learn this discernible word, discuss करो discernible तरीके से. तो discuss करो स्पष्ट प्रत्यक्ष तरीके से, that the meaning that we have here is. Now talking about the next word, that is 440th word, that is deliberate. Deliberate is a word that is used as adjective here, and the meaning of deliberate is done consciously and intentionally. जिसे हम कहते हैं जानबूझकर करना, तो then you can use the word deliberate there. The synonyms of deliberate here is intentional, purposeful, premeditated, and conscious. That is the synonyms of deliberate here. The antonyms of deliberate that we have here is accidental, inadvertent, fortuitous, and unintended. The examples to use the word deliberate here is the speech was a deliberate attempt to embarrass the government. ये एक speech है deliberate तरीका, जिसे हम कहते हैं ना जानबूझकर कोई speech देना जो कि embarrass करे government को या किसी को भी करे embarrass, then you can use the word deliberate here. Now the trick to learn the word deliberate here is दिल्ली के लोग deliberate pollution नहीं करते. तो दिल्ली के लोग जानबूझकर pollution नहीं करते, वो हो जाता है. तो this is the word that we had covered our 440th word till now, and as you know that these all are important words, you can go through with these words. Now moving on with the next word that we have here, but before that we will conclude this class here only, so that you can go through with the words. You can use these words as your vocabulary to enhance your vocabulary, to improve your vocabulary as well. So class आज के लिए इतना ही. Thank you. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on a comment box. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once. And even though you can also enjoy the video and you can use these vocabularies in your communication, as I told you before. And even though from the first class I told you that you can have to write all these words and you can use these words in your vocabulary. As of some of the students are preparing for the examination and they know new words that are that important, and of course they had asked in the competition paper as well. So go through with the videos and of course like, share, and subscribe our video. And thanks for all those subscribers, those who had subscribed before, and make our channel that to move of more than 1000 subscribers. Because of you all that we reached this one, and of course we will be hopefully hope that we will be moved from 1 million to billions, of course, and because of you all that we had reached. So thank you. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on a comment box. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel, and keep supporting us and keep tuned with us. Thank you.